Gachero pran ache. This simple yet profound statement that I heard when I was in school made the base of my intrigue towards Acharya Jagadish Chandra Bose. Acharya Bose established the wondrous fact that plants are alive. Plants respond. The green kingdom that is all around us and something that makes our primary food source is not just an item to consume, but a living and thriving being. Fundamentally, Vedic knowledge has always taught us to feel and revere the world as if everything is sacred. The sky, the earth, the soil, the river, the trees, everything. Acharya Bose proved this fundamental Bharatiya knowledge in a manner that was accepted and made a core tenet of the modern scientific world. It is one thing to feel fascinated by nature, but quite another to observe and deduct a scientific conclusion. Sir C Bose, with his rigour, discipline, and devotion of a scientist, established this fact through meticulous experiments and verifications. In an era of industrial revolution, when big machines and massive outputs were taking prominence, Sir Bose brought the sensitivity which made us look around our surroundings through a new light of intrigue, imagination, and empathy. Gachero pranache. Pran, the fundamental constituent of life and all things living. Is it not wonderful that plants can absorb and harness sunlight as food, as life-sustaining energy more directly than humans? Acharya Bose also established plants have a sensitive nervous system and varied emotional life. To know more about this astounding inventor-scientist, we must go right at the beginning. The year was 1858, the date 30th November, the place Bengal of pre-independent India. A boy was born to Bhagavan Chandra Bose and Bonosundari Devi, a staunch nationalist and a dreamer. Deputy Magistrate Bhagavan Chandra Bose was a man of immense courage and command. Legend has it that at Faridpur, where Sir C Bose was brought up, a famous ex-dacoit who got transformed by Bhagavan Chandra looked after the young Jagadish. Although young Jagadish could have easily studied in an English medium school, his father made the pivotal decision that Jagadish will begin his education in Pathshala, a Bengali medium school. A strong foundation in one's mother tongue is absolutely imperative. This was the true belief. Young Jagadish had children of farmers and fishermen as classmates and was spontaneously drawn towards nature. Stories of Ramayana and Mahabharata inspired him deeply, so much that his fundamental belief became that life could be a continuous strife where challenges are to be met head-on without complaining and must be won over. One's work should speak for itself, and the value of a great life is to be seen through great deeds. His first step towards persuasion of modern science started at St. Xavier's College under the guidance of Father Eugene Lafonte in 1869. In 1879, after his graduation, Sir Bose went to England with support, both courage and money-wise, from his mother Bonosundari Devi. But he had to abandon medicine due to ill health. Eventually, he studied natural science at Christ College, Cambridge. He was back in Calcutta in 1885, where he joined the Presidency College as the first Indian to be appointed there as Professor of Physics. But, as was the case in those days, under the rule of Crown, Indians were not appointed in the higher services. His appointment was temporary, at half the salary as compared to what was then paid to the Europeans. Sir C Bose taught at the Presidency for 3 years, but never took that half salary home. Finally, the college had to relent. They gave him a permanent appointment with full salary credited retrospectively and up to date as a lump sum. At 1894, when he was 35, Sir Bose began his journey as a researcher. He built Coherer, which was the first ever receiver for radio waves. In January 1896, 3 papers by Sir Bose were published in The Electrician as a first for any Indian. The University of London honoured him with a DSc without any exam. Sir Bose was vehemently against patents and never supported the idea of personal gains through inventions. His life was a life of ardent offering. A true inventor dedicated to the humankind, he was only interested in unraveling fascinating facts through experiments and observations. He observed that his electric wave receiver showed signs of fatigue and could restore its original sensitivity after some rest. This was a major trigger for Sir Bose. He started observing metals and gradually shifted to plants. As per him, a universal reaction seemed to bring metal, plant, and animal under a common law, all exhibiting the same phenomenon of fatigue and depression, with possibilities of recovery and exaltation, as well as the permanent irresponsiveness associated with death. In 1900, Sir Bose read his paper before Paris International Congress of Physicists, which is considered the first of its kind that touched upon the subject of unity of life. Western scientists were opposed to the idea that plants were living beings, but Sir Bose relentlessly pursued writing fresh theories and taking conventional outdated ideas head on. Sir Bose invented crescograph that measured the growth of a plant. He expressed, "Before us are spread multitudinous plants, silent and seemingly impassive. They, like us, are actors in the cosmic drama of life. Various shocks impinge on them, but no cry is raised in answer. I shall nevertheless try to decipher some chapters of their life history." Sir Bose was a pioneer and laid the foundation of what is today known as the field of plant neurobiology. His findings and interpretations have enriched the fields of physiology, chronobiology, cybernetics, medicine, and agriculture. He retired in 1915, and in 1917 he established his research institute, which was marked as scientific renaissance in India by the Times. Sir Bose faced countless obstacles throughout his life that he surpassed and continued his endeavour of pursuing his passion for facts and knowledge. Acharya Jagadish Chandra Bose changed the way scientific world perceived and studied plants. He stands the tallest among the idealist scientists that Bharat has given to the world. While the debate goes on about his preceding Marconi in revolutionizing telecommunication and never getting the due credit, his scientific actions towards the unification of life and devoting himself in gaining and dissipating knowledge that is available for one and all without an iota of personal gain is to be saluted every day.